Come expand your spiritual journey. Join us for Just the Talk. Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Experience Unity Kitchener and Ottawa. Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. Center for Spiritual Living Denver. Unity of Garden Park. New Thought Philadelphia. The Sunshine Cathedral. Unity of Savannah. And the Ohm Center for Spiritual Living. Come unleash your spiritual potential with New Thought Media Network. And now, let's experience New Thought Philadelphia.
And I am now delighted to introduce our guest speaker. When I first met Amy Steinberg, she was an over-the-top New Thought musician in Charlotte, North Carolina, having spent some time doing bars and shows and stuff like that. She has branched out in her artistry and her ministry. She does art. We were talking once a few years back, and she said, "You need one of my paintings." And so we agreed, and there it is in my Zoom background. And I love getting comments about it. Then we were having a conversation, and she said, "It's time for me to become a minister. Are you teaching ministers?" And I said, "I don't have any plans to, but let's see what's going on." A couple of weeks later, we were at the Anton retreat, and I introduced her to Reverend James Mellon, Dr. James Mellon, who had just started a class and said, "Oh, Amy would be perfect for that class." And within 2 years, she was a minister. Her website describes her as performer, minister, multidimensional muse. Amy Steinberg is a genre-busting, soul-belting, truth-telling artist on a mission to awaken joy, ignite creativity, and remind you who you really are. Let's welcome Amy Steinberg.
What an introduction. Wow. Thank you so much, Reverend Bill. Oh my gosh. I just love you. I'm totally obsessed with you. And so I'm super, super grateful to be here with you and be here with all of you. And it's so cool to be reminded of that, of my journey. Thank you. And it was funny that you said over the top, because I've been writing a new show, or thinking about writing a new show called Over the Top. How funny is that, right? It's perfect. Divine timing. So hello, everyone. Good morning. And what's new? What's new? What's new with you? What's new with you? What's new with you? I come to a service because I want to connect. I want to plug in. I want to remember who I am. I want to remember the teachings, but also because I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for a new idea, a new insight, a new way of meeting my life or seeing my life. And we are in such luck already because it's a brand new day. Yeah. It's also a brand new year. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much newness. And this moment has never happened before. You've regenerated in your sleep. This is some cool stuff that happened that's new with you right now and me. Our brain washed itself while we were sleeping. Fluid flushes toxins from the brain, nightly internal rinse. We also have had repairs to our DNA. Sleep activates genetic repair systems that protect you from disease. Look at me. I'm aging backwards. Your immune system gets rebuilt while you sleep. All kinds of cool things. Your tissue gets rebuilt. Your emotions get reset. Listen, we're all brand new. Also, this exact gathering of people has never existed before. So newness, we don't even have to manufacture it, which it just is. It's just always there. But I heard that you're Zoom compliant here and you're chat compliant. So I thought, what a fun way to use this relatively new way of connecting of church. We use the Zoom chat today. So I want to ask you to put in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, something new. Something new. What's new? What book are you reading? A new book or a new show or a new movie, or something that you're looking forward to or that you just bought that's sitting on your shelf. What's new? What's new? I'm reading this for the first time, Giovanni's Room, James Baldwin, and I'm also reading The Quantum Revelation by Paul Levy. I want to see what's going on with you. Put something in the chat. I saw New to Me Mardi Gras Parade last night. I love that. A new parade. Well, as people share, I'll share about something new that I saw. I saw the Eddie Murphy documentary. Have you seen that? It was awesome. I grew up with Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy is amazing. He did a lot of newness. He shattered a lot of ceilings. I just want to presence the awareness of Eddie Murphy. He joined Saturday Night Live when he was 19. We've got Eckhart Tolle being read by Joe. Love that. He's the first black actor to have true global box office superstardom, which he dominated for many years. Beverly Hills Cop was the #1 movie of 1984, highest grossing R-rated film of its time. As a lead actor, his films have earned over $6 billion. I love him. I love Eddie Murphy. Renee saw a tiny bird's nest in a tree the other day. Starting the new Gokhail method of posture tomorrow. Never heard of that. See, I was hoping that maybe Reverend Bill would gather up these things for us so that we can look at them later, because I don't know if we're going to be able to see all of them. But Pole to Pole, hosted by Will Smith. I haven't heard of that. Heated Rivalry. It's fantastic. Okay. So, as I was watching the Eddie Murphy documentary, I was reminded of my childhood, of course, because I grew up watching that stuff. And they were showing Beverly Hills Cop, and there was this little clip of Beverly Hills Cop, and there was that song, I Got a New Attitude. Remember that from the Pointer Sisters? I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. I've tidied up my point of view. I've got a new attitude. That's a New Thought song. Who knew it? And the Pointer Sisters, interesting, they won a Grammy in 2 different genres, jazz and pop. How cool is that? They're a rare crossover. Anyway, that song is written by Patti LaBelle, who's also an amazing goddess queen. But the Pointer Sisters, why I'm pointing out the Pointer Sisters, is because that was my first concert I ever went to. And so I think that's interesting because it probably subconsciously, it was such a great show. I was a kid, and it sent me on the trajectory of becoming a performer. I'm a musician. You might know, over-the-top musician, as said by Reverend Bill. So in these comments, just notice the variety, right? Notice the different interests, different points of view, different curiosities, different newness already showing itself in our time together. I was supposed to time this and I didn't, so I'm going to start now. So I love that you're participating, because you're literally participating, but this universe is participatory. I love that phrase, that we live in a participatory universe. A few simple ways this being true is, of course, what we pay attention to changes what happens, the observer effect. Our thoughts and habits shape our brain. That's neuroplasticity. Our emotional state affects how other people respond to us. Feedback loops, right? Like, so when we're angry, we cause anger in someone else, then it becomes anger. Our belief changes, physical changes in our body, the placebo effect. Ideas and art only exist when someone creates them. Listen, we live in a creative universe, and what we're drawn to really matters. And for New Thought, attention's not passive, attention's creative, and the universe is participatory. So what we give our awareness to shapes our lives. So let's just bring our inquiry just a little bit deeper, and I'm going to ask you another question to put in the chat. What's new for you? What's something you've noticed more than usual? What are you curious about? What's something that you've noticed more than usual this week? I was sitting down to write this talk, and I wrote a talk yesterday, and then the talk rewrote itself this morning. It happens quite often because there's always a new thing. And I was sitting in meditation, and my cat was on my lap, and I grew up with dogs. In the chat, go ahead and put dog people or cat people. Who are my dog people? Who are my cat people? And who are bipedal? I am bipedal. I grew up with dogs, and my mother always said cats were dirty, and I guess because they go to the bathroom in the house. And I remember the first time I connected with a cat. I was living with some friends, and they had a cat, a 5-finger cat named Lovey. and she was gray, and she was so soft. She was like soft as a bunny, and she would sit up with me when I was first going down my spiritual path, and I just bonded with this cat. And then I learned recently that cats, their purr is a frequency of healing, like literally, not like some woo-woo thing. Like whatever that frequency is like a frequency of healing. So next time your cat's on you, receive the healing your cat is giving to you. So we've got dog people and cat people, but we've got some bipedral people. But also I'm wondering, you haven't answered this question about what's something you've noticed maybe more than usual this week. Anything you've noticed more than usual this week? Where's your attention been going? Anybody watching the news? Anybody watching the news right now? No, nobody? Well, there's something interesting about the news. How to get along with people I disagree with. Come on, Sue, preach. That I've been participating more. I love that, Ashley. And, it's interesting because the things that are going on in the news are forcing us to participate, right? We're forcing us to have an opinion or have a feeling or something, getting involved, right? There's a feeling that we want to be involved. There is. And I love this idea of the news. The news is called new. Is it new? Most of us aren't like, yay, the news is on, the newness, because many of us brace ourselves because what is being presented is mostly not nourishing. It's often alarming. It's disruptive. It's heavy. It doesn't mean it isn't real, but it does mean that it isn't the only reality. It's not the only new thing that's going on is what we see on the news. And we live in a world where what's loud is often what's broken, and what's quiet is usually what's still working. We have more aware of the effects my thoughts have on me. Come on, Joe. I've noticed we all desire peace following the monks. Come on, Nea. Is it Nia or Nea? Willingness to experience newness. I love this. See how we're connecting with each other? Maybe somebody on here today doesn't even know about the monks. You only know about our crazy government that's going on right now. So we don't want to ignore what's happening in the world. We don't do that. We're very awakened folks here in New Thought. We're not ignoring. We're just talking about choosing our place of awareness, because remember, attention is not neutral. In New Thought, attention is creative. How about we say, my attention is creative? My attention is creative. A song that kept returning to me in my morning meditation, something I did not intend on talking about today either, was the Nina Simone song, Feeling Good. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. This kept coming to me in meditation this morning. And Nina Simone, oh my God, I didn't discover her till a little bit later in life, but wow, she lived through segregation, oppression, profound injustice. She was deeply connected to the civil rights movement. Her life and the world that she lived in was not easy. And that's what makes this song so powerful, because we don't really know how she was feeling. Was she feeling good when she sang it, when she wrote it? But what we do know is that she looked at the birds. She looked at the sun. She looked at the sky. She chose to orient, not denying, not bypassing, but choosing, or at least choosing to sing about it, maybe even ironically. Nina Simone is where I'm from in North Carolina, and this land, these region, these mountains, I'm in the Blue Ridge. You might have heard about the upheaval that happened here about a little over a year ago here in Asheville. Not long ago, this massive hurricane came in, massive Hurricane Helene, and turned life completely upside down. Flooding, no water, no power, a disruption that felt totally surreal. And it's a lot like what people fear is going to happen, with some kind of civil war or federal militia that's happening, right? But in that moment where I had no cell phone connection, no running water, the sun, it still rose. The people showed up for one another. The birds sang. And newness was just there. It didn't it didn't stop arriving, right? In fact, it was even more new. Like there was even more newness. Like there was this instant like improvement happening upon reality at all times. People showing up. It was wild. But we were way more present. Presence was possible. Presence is always possible. Presence is always possible. That's another thing we can say out loud. Presence is always possible. So something that is emerging new, I think, in our time right now is that I've noticed for myself that I've been like looking a lot for, teachers and talks and books and things. And there is always something new to read, but I've noticed something new in myself that I'm imagining that you've noticed in you too, because we're all one, right? There's only one thing happening. So instead of wanting more voices, I've been wanting more listening, more presence, more space, more trust, more inner knowing. And I don't think that's just me. I think that's emerging in the world, that we're remembering that our own best teachers are inside, not from ego, but from this place of awareness. And all the traditions, I love the lighting of the candles and the traditions. These traditions have not failed us. They're always the finger pointing to the moon, though, right? Like we don't look at the finger, we look at the moon. So there's always this deeper space within that we can ask for that newness to come from. It's that inside thing. So I want to ask one more inquiry for you here, even maybe going a little bit deeper, is something, what feels new in how you're responding to life? Some of you actually answered this already, saying you're noticing your thoughts. What are you nourishing? What are you feeding? What's new? What's a new feeling that you're experiencing or choosing to feel despite everything? What do you want to orient to? Oftentimes we can get into spaces, I know I have many times in my life, where if someone were to ask us, what's new? We'd be like, not much. We feel like we know it all. We've been there. We've done that. We've seen it all. There's nothing new under the sun. But I'm going to encourage you to notice, where the grooves in your life have become ruts. I've experienced that before. So remembering that participation is a choice, right? We live in this participatory universe and your consciousness matters. So sometimes we can be tuned up so high, we're so high in our vibration that we're tuned out. Consider something new. Consider something new, because it's not really about, I like that lightness of being. I feel that as well. I feel that very much. So maybe that is cosmic. Maybe that is something that is going around, which is interesting, right? There's so much disruption, but I'm feeling lightness. I'm feeling peace. I'm presencing peace, like very consciously these days. I hope you are too. I know you are. If you're here, you are. So it's not about like forcing optimism or pretending that everything is fine. It's about becoming more present with what is and who you presently are, more aware, more responsive, more internal and intentional with your attention. So, not everybody's into pop cultures, and not everybody's going to be like up on what's going on, like the Eddie Murphy documentary or Heated Rivalry. People might not be into like television and radio, but I encourage you to be. Because it keeps you young, it keeps you active, it keeps you connected to the collective consciousness. Sometimes I just like watch those things like the Golden Globes just to sort of know what's going on in the zeitgeist, right? Because it's the collective. It's the collective. And I remember a time in my life where I just turned off the radio. I don't know if you've ever gone through these periods where you just like stop going to the movies, you stop reading books. It's really some kind of usually a depression or something. But I turned off the radio for many years. I maybe being a musician, being on tour, I just like didn't want to hear outside music. I stopped listening to pop music for like a decade. And then I started dating my partner and she loves pop music. She loves music that I had never heard, like Justin Bieber. I didn't even know any of that stuff. Justin Timberlake, all the Justins. And when we started dating, I started to turn the radio back on. And I started to notice again how delicious music is. Pop music is popular music, right? And people get like, addicted or attached to the pop music of their time. Like, of course, I love 80s music the best, right? Because that was when I was growing up. But imagine that you can open yourself up to what's going on now, right? Now, like what's on the radio, and fall into that zeitgeist, because it's pretty cool. It keeps you young. It keeps you exciting. And a lot of people like in our generation, or folks who are, 40s, 50s, and above, don't use like the new apps like TikTok or Instagram or anything. But I encourage you to try something new. Get yourself a TikTok. Watch what's going on out there. There's amazing people of all ages doing so many creative things out there. It's a really cool world out there right now. So maybe it's time to try something new. Even a new food or a new place or a new route to work or a new route to your gym or wherever you gym people go. We are the light bringers. All right. It's a time when we're being called to do some heavy lifting here, but I think we can lighten up a bit and just, lean into each other here. Lean into this list we've got meditation. I love this, making sure to have a positive attitude, finding out a tiny bit, how those who have always been ignored feel. Okay. Choosing to follow personal happiness more. I love these things in the quotes in the chat. I packed holiday decorations, a new record. All right, Celeste, calming myself when I'm angry. That's really wonderful. New self-regulation, so powerful. Yoga Nidra. That's fantastic. So I want you to borrow from each other when you can't find that strength. That's what community is all about. And like Nina Simone, who is singing, I'm feeling good. It's like pause, breathe, presence. And as you move through your day, and as you move through, you might hold this idea gently that newness doesn't require perfect conditions. It requires conscious orientation. So what are you choosing to notice? What are you choosing to nourish? What are you choosing to feel despite everything? It is a new dawn. It is a new day. It is a new life right now. And choice is available. And something new I want to offer you to close is something that I do on Tuesday nights. If you're looking for even more community and connection, on Tuesday nights on Zoom, I do something called The Garden of Good. I wrote a book called, I'm going to show it to you. It's not shameless promotion. It's actually just a really good tool. It's called Make Good. It's called Make Good, Cultivating Joy with Creativity. And it is a collection of 44 prompts and 44 pieces of my artwork. I'm an artist. I'm a visual artist as well. And we meet on Tuesday nights and we're going through this book and we do crafts and doodles and poetry writing. It's all conscious creativity. And it's a way to play because I think right now, especially we are very serious. There's a very serious energy going on. Even me today, like I was kind of serious during this talk. Usually I'm cracking a joke here and there, but I just really wanted to take it seriously, this idea that there is a new you in every moment, every day. And here we are at a brand new year. So I'm just grateful to be here. I'm thankful for your time and your energy. And I hope that something has sparked something new for you, that you watch something new, that you eat something new, do something new, have a new thought, have a new action, have a new outlook on your life, because you are constantly renewing and you're constantly evolving upward. And so I just wish you the best and I love you. And so it is.